Continuing our series, finishing strong, guys. There's still so much time left in 2025. And so, if you've been with us in this series, I want you to continue to have that fire and understand it's not over till it's over. Okay. And so, in this segment, we are discussing who is your competition and what you need to learn. All right, what you need to learn. What many people don't understand is you don't have to copy your competition, but you do need to understand them. All right, there's so much information gathered in just studying, right? Studying, finding the common thread, finding the unique differentiators, finding what people do well, and pull that piece and apply it. It's nothing wrong with that. We will also be analyzing or talking about how to analyze the field, how to set benchmarks in your business, how to carve out your own competitive strategy, right? Competitive advantage. And in this practical research, we're just going to basically give you some quick tips so you can position your business for success, right? The idea is to walk away with clarity and confidence and hopefully a strategy for your business. I also want to let you guys know that we are going to be having an exclusive webinar. Information will be announced very soon. If you have not, and we don't have your email, um, you will be delayed in knowing when our webinar is available. Okay. This webinar will include information from myself, some of my partners as well. So you want to be involved in the webinars. It's taking place in November. Okay. And so we want to make sure that you guys are have what you need, have the resources, and glean from us. Okay. We want to be able to support you and we want to connect with you. Okay. This is a live opportunity to also ask your questions. Okay. And so I encourage you to be informed and aware of when we are dropping the webinars. I'll also make sure to come here on YouTube and put a poster or put a notification out here so you guys are aware about the guys. If you're outside of the DMV market, please still join this webinar. We can service you. A lot of the information we've been sharing initially was around HB 39 because that is um, some state legislation that is exclusive to Maryland that we wanted to make sure that the Maryland market is aware of, and that they're not only have been participating in the Maryland Department of Health meetings that's been going on, but they've also been making some changes in their business, okay? Because the time is drawing near to when those the expectation that your business is now in the complying with the new regulatory standard. Okay. And so, but if you are outside of the DMV and you're in this industry, you're in healthcare, you want to grow your business, I still encourage you to join us. Okay. We can still serve and support you. All right. All right. Let's get it going. Let's get it in. All right. So as I mentioned, the 90-day kickoff series, right? We're all about helping you finish strong, stay compliant, all right, and create great momentum for 2026, okay? Momentum with clarity and execution, all right? Once again, this topic and one of the most important topics that we have is for what business owners should avoid, okay? And it's one of the most essential elements in your growth is studying your competition. You must study your competition. And trust me, you must study your competition often because guess what? They're doing changes, right? They're studying the marketplace. They're studying their competitors, whoever their competitors are. Their competitors or influencers may be in market or outside of market. So one of the things, if you have ever been strategically studying a brand and you watching them every 6 months, every year, you're going to not only understand their brand, but you're going to be seeing them making changes, right? Subtle changes in their messaging and their branding. You may see some consistencies as well. But the idea is that good businesses are always adapting and finding new ways to enhance, improve their business, right? And so don't just study Identify maybe who your competitors are, but don't just study them one time when you're doing a business analysis or competitive analysis, or even if you're doing a SWOT analysis or any of analysis that you decided to do. Don't just start and stop there. Okay. Let that be a starting point, but also a place where you go back to and then enhance, right? It should be a working, living document that's going to be used to kind of see where you are measuring up, right? To your competitors. Okay. So let's be clear. You are not the only agency in your zip code. Okay. You're not the only agency in your county, in your city. All right. And so you need to know what other players are playing ball in your city. Okay. In your zip code. All right. So why you need to monitor your market. You cannot grow your agency in a vacuum. You cannot be like, it's just me. And this is my land and I can have my way. I mean, it may feel good, but there's also really good and it's really also beneficial for you to be aware of what's going on, to have that level of not only internal awareness on in your business, but also external awareness of what's going on in the marketplace. Okay. All right. So these are some core bullet points that I want you to take from this. Okay. Understand what competitors charge. Okay. Pricing, the dollars and cents. You want to understand what your competitors charge. Okay. This is very common business. There's some business that, especially retailers, and if they're similar retailers, they may do something called mystery shopping. Okay. I remember a time when mystery shoppers, they will actively call their competitors and be like, hey, I'm so and so from this business. We're doing a call to kind of see where you are. What are you guys are currently charging? What's your pricing point? And sometimes people are in cahoots, right? To say, hey, you know what? We need to start making more money. Let's all up our prices or something like that. But anyways, I digress, but it is good practice for you to know who's in your market, understand what people are charging in regards to the same exact service. Okay. Know how they recruit talent. Okay. You want to know how people are recruiting talent. Okay. They might be using a new software, new this, new that. Maybe they have incentives, bonus, referral, referral incentives for their current caregivers. If you provide us a good caregiver referral and they hop on board, we're going to give you $300. Whatever. Understand how they are. Learn how are they presenting themselves online, right? Looking at their website, looking at other digital mediums in which they are. How are they representing themselves online? Okay. This is very important. Looking at socials and things of that nature. You may have some companies that are not even active as social at all, but have a really, really strong word of mouth presence and service presence. That's also a way that they are killing the game. Okay. And so, although I'm saying learn how they represent themselves online, there's also a whole nother world where people are really active and they're just present in. Okay. And then that speaks volumes too. Okay. Identify the gaps they aren't filling. Could be an opportunity. A lot of companies try to eat the whole thing. Trust me. I have been there before where I'm just trying to do the things all at one time. Guys, as much as that sound good, it ain't always the best for business. And so you want to be niche focused. What is your niche? You may identify that these companies may have a niche or a target audience or a focal point, and they're feeling, and there's a feeling, maybe intentionally, but for you to worry about. You just want to understand what they're not feeling. Okay. What void are they leaving on the table? And that could be an opportunity for you. I love opportunities. Okay. So, according to the Howard Business Review, businesses that actively monitor competitors grow twice as those who don't. Okay. Companies that monitor their competitors grow twice as fast as those who don't. Okay. Trust me, this kind of keeps you. You kind of see where you are in the race. Where are you in the race? Okay. You want to know where this race. Okay. And are you even in the race? You might think you're in the race, but you might just be in proximity, but you're really not on the field. And so that is also something to consider. Okay. And maybe you might be looking at competitors that are outside of your league, and maybe they're not competitors at all. Maybe they're influencers for you, right? Maybe they're your ideal, what you want to be, but they're not your direct competitor, guys. There's things like not everybody can say they compete with Jordan. They are equal, they're Jordan's competitors, or they're at the same status as Michael Jordan. Okay, there's this conversation around LeBron James and because of the elitism, right? The high level basketball IQ. Of course, we know Jordan got 6 rings. LeBron has 4. Um, their journeys has been different, but there's been ongoing conversation around who's the greatest. Okay, there's some people that think they're a part of the conversation and they're not a part of the conversation. Okay, and so really get clear, just measure yourself around with their right competitor pool. Now you can always elevate from this group and go to the next group, right? And then you have a new group of competitors that you're in the line. I just want to go ahead and share that with you. Okay. But this is not about copying, but it's also about positioning, as I'm saying, positioning yourself properly. Okay. Um, Let me go here to my notes as I go ahead and finish us off here. So, what to study? Okay. I'm going to give you 5 pointers of what to study. Pricing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Cancel this here. Okay, perfect timing. Okay, so pricing, excuse me, guys, pricing. Check local listings, okay? Career.com, Indeed, to see what caregivers are being paid, okay? So, agencies are typically required to disclose that in their job descriptions, right? What they're paying. And so you just want to know, are you in the ballpark, right? What are they paying? What is the pricing, right? Okay. Onboarding. Okay. Part 2 is onboarding. Call as a client. Okay. Fill out their intake form. How fast do they respond, if at all? Okay. What do their forms look like? Again, when I mentioned to you guys around mystery shopping, this is a great way to mystery shop, right? Act as if act as if and get what you need, guys. But one thing I can tell you, when I first started Clear Shift Solutions, I was calling companies and I was like, oh, this company is not successful. I know for a fact they're not successful. This company here, they're rocking and rolling. I mean, uh from the time that you're calling, before you even get someone on the phone, what is their hold experience, right? Do they have some music as the phone is ringing? Some companies even have a whole infomercial while the call is ringing before someone comes on. There's a whole commercial and you're learning about the company before you even speak to a representative. I was like, oh, this is cool. I love that. Boom, that could be on your note. How can I incorporate that? You may not know who did that for them, but you can start searching around, right? But I just thought that was super, super amazing. Like, this is still an opportunity to talk to them about your brand before they even get on the phone. But then when someone does get on the phone, what is that experience, guys? A lot of people lose clients before they even get them, right? They may be calling you and you just never know who's calling. It could be a child, it could be a husband or wife, it a support planner, it could be a case manager, anybody, or there could be someone that's considering moving into the area and they just kind of want to get their ducks in a row. You just never know who you're talking to. And so that is why I recommend you to just always be on, I'm going to serve and I'm going to serve well. I don't care who it is. I'm going to serve and I'm going to serve well. Because I have had people to me, okay, and rude, nasty. I think I made a whole video around just kindness. I'm telling you, You get more bees with honey. Okay, you get more bees with honey. And so that vinegar attitude, that energy, you guys just really just again call other companies, check out their onboarding experience. The client onboarding experience is going to be really informative in how they handle the client onboarding experience. How long is it? Do they actually call you back? This and this and that. If you're not sharing information, how do they treat you? If you're a little bit resistant, how do they treat you? Things of that nature. Just check the temperature, okay? Check the temperature, but it's really gonna show you, ooh, I'm failing in this department. I have an opportunity to do better. Okay. Market presence. Are they posting? Are they running ads? Are they hosting events? Are they partnering with hospitals and facility? Are they visible? Check out their market presence, okay? See what's going on. A lot of people, when they're doing events, they are going to post that they were here, they were there. And then also, this could be a great assessment tool for you. Employer branding, okay? Do their jobs promote flexibility, like flexible schedule, PTO, bonuses, training? Is your offer competitive, right? So when you look at employer branding, people also don't realize that HR is so instrumental in branding, guys. It's not just about having cute aesthetics or cute website or cute marketing material. It's also around the meat and potatoes, right? And so if you don't have benefits, and also it's open enrollment season, if you don't have benefits, you need to institute that in your business ASAP because it's a part of your branding, right? And again, I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you what it is. It's a part of the branding. And if you don't have this, people may or may not be interested in you, right? And you want to be able to have the privilege to pick what you want, right? Also, website and reviews. What are clients and caregivers saying? Okay, so through Google, through Yelp, through Facebook, are there active reviews? Okay, sometimes we could be so busy doing the job that we forget to get reviews. I have done that in the past too. A client, the best time to get a review is when you're doing great. Get a review when you are doing great. Okay, get a review. Do not get a review when you're exiting, when someone is exiting you. Maybe that could be a good time. Maybe someone passed on. That could be another time to get another review. Okay. You can get multiple reviews because sometimes you may have clients with you for years at a time, right? So get a review when you first get them and you're doing great. Get a review maybe after 60 days or 90 days, like, hey, we'll love to get your feedback. Get another review at another point. Listen, this is important, especially when that client and things about that client has changed. Maybe they were a companion client, fully independent. They just needed social support or assistance at appointments, very light work. But let's say they had a fall and now they broke their hip and now they went from a level 1 to maybe a level 2 and they need support with bathing and this and this, and like the need is more, right? There's been a change in the care plan. There's been a change in the level of care. Boom, time for, hey, after, of course, you supported them well, it could be an opportunity like, hey, we'll love to see how we're serving you. Could we get some feedback of how we helped you with this transition? It just means a lot to us. We really value you, etc. Guys. Okay. Some key questions to consider. Okay. What makes your agency different on paper and in experience? Woo. Okay. If you need a golden nugget, this is it. What makes your agency different on paper and in experience? That is two different realities, guys. I know there's some providers that are maybe nurses or maybe business folks, and their paper on paper is cream de la cream. In experience is Struggleville. Okay. It's Struggleville. People are running, they want no parts. Okay. I just this is could be a I love this question. Okay. I love this question. Let that sit and marinate. You can even ask your staff to even do a survey and give you honest feedback, anonymous survey, and give you honest feedback. And then also feedback on what they're hearing on the field, what they're seeing, right? Good feedback, bad feedback is feedback to help you be better. Okay. Are you underpriced or undervaluing your service? Some questions to ask yourself. Okay. What areas of your business feels outdated or unpolished, okay, compared to others? Something to consider. Okay, so framework to use: competitive audit. Identify three competitors in your region, in your city, in your county, in your zip code. You make the qualifiers. Okay, compare service offers, hourly rate, caregiver parks, marketing strategy, client reviews. Okay, identify three things that they're doing well and three gaps you can fill. Okay, identify three things that they're doing well and three gaps you can fill. Okay, I wanted to emphasize that. All right. So from data to differentiation. Okay. Studying others can bring. Okay. Studying others should bring you back to yourself. Okay. Studying others should bring you back to yourself. Okay. It should be helping reveal some elements in your business, right? Studying others should also be almost like a impersonal self audit, right? So, what do you do best? Ask that question. What is your business identity, tone, and approach? Okay. What is that? That is also elements of experience, right? You can have an internal view of your experience, but then it could be, again, that reality. What is that experience in practice? Okay. Um, are you being visible enough to people? Okay. Are you being visible enough to people? It's for them to know how good you are. You may be amazing, but how visible are you? Visibility requires investment. Visibility requires investment. Okay. There's so many ways you can discuss investment, but time, resources, capital, right? It requires team, right? It requires consistency. It requires a cadence, guys. There should be a rhythm, okay, into what you're doing. There should be a rhythm, and people should be seeing you and seeing you to where now you become a household name. Okay. Because like I'm seeing this person everywhere. They're everywhere. You should have a calendar of all the things that's going on. And even if you're just showing up and you can't participate in a partnership or sponsorship capacity or speaking capacity, you're in the room. Okay. You need to make sure. Okay. So I want to go ahead and leave you some tips. Okay. If you're invisible online, you don't exist. Okay. That online visibility is still very important, in conjunction with that physical visibility as well. Okay. So making sure you have that online presence is very important. Okay. So here's how we can help you. One, subscribe to our newsletters. Two, join our webinars. We have some webinars coming up. Okay. Three, schedule a consultation with us, right? Schedule a consultation. What's the HP 39 consultation? You just need just an HR strategic positioning conversation. Maybe you need recruiting conversation, maybe benefits. Schedule a free consult with us. You know, that's going to be really helpful. Okay. And so my job and the goal with our company is to make sure that, we've helped dozens of folks here, right? So with RSAs, you want to make sure that you are defining your competitive advantage. You're right, going from strategic planning to compliance, benefits, and turning all of those things into action. Right, so from planning to compliance to benefits, everything is about turning your plan to practice. Plan to practice. Okay, we can help you do that. Let's go. Let's go. We still got room. Okay, I hope was helpful to you guys. I hope this helps sharpen you up. Do not forget, visit ClearShift Solutions, click a consult, book a consult link. See us, see us, see us. Okay, if you like to email hello@ClearShift Solutions. All right. Until next time, thank you so much. All right. Don't forget, it is time for a clear shift. See you later.